just some ways to kind of make your pentatonic stuff, you know, that classic. That guy, we're going to learn to make that sound a little more like Mr. John Mayer, the one we all know and love. God bless him. He's great. So today, I think we're just going to go over some simple things, because a lot of his stuff, a lot of his sound is signature things like the kind of that stuff is all in that pentatonic, major or minor. So there's a lot of little things that are in there that most people, you know, John Mayer doesn't use pentatonic scales. He's fucking John Mayer. He does, just like everyone. It's our guilty pleasure. I mean, you can't beat it. It's right there. You get that. Everybody loves those. You cannot beat those. They're great for the bargain. But today, so I'd say our first little trick to kind of give you more of a John Mayer vibe while you're playing in that pentatonic shape is, let's say we're doing, let's say we're playing over that song, so it's like, we want to solo over it. We know our scale, right? God bless America, that's the best scale in the world. Now I want to make it sound more like John Mayer. One easy thing, it's a little weird, but it's fairly simple. So I'm going to do a G string bit, like, say I wanted to jump and do a solo, instead of just going, I'm going to rake, I'm going to dig in a little bit with this pick right here. I'm assuming you guys all own a pick of some sort. And I'm going to palm mute the top couple strings, but I'm going to leave that G open. So it's palm muting the E, A, D, but leaving that G open. It's a weird, finicky thing. You'll get it after 2 weeks of trying it at the most. But, so instead of, I've got, and you can add that to any bend anywhere. Just giving it that grit. John always likes to do that. You know, just add it anywhere and everywhere. The more the merrier. God bless. So that's one thing. I think that's just a small thing that'll kind of get you in the ballpark of that Mayer vibe. So trick 2, we're gonna learn a little. I don't know if it's called a trill or you'll recognize it when I play it. It's this thing right here. That little bida-dooba, you know, bida-dooba, little hangout thing there. So that you'll hear it. A lot of people do that, but John Mayer is one person that's just prevalent. I always hear it. I think the one place I don't really hear him do it is, well, he still does it, but not a lot as much, is in Dead and Company. When he's playing with Bobby and the boys in Dead and Company, he's not playing those blues. He's doing more like, you know, that good stuff, so he doesn't do it. But, that being said, it's pretty cut and dry. You're just taking, let's say I'm leaving off on that G again, we'll use the G as example, in the same pentatonic, A minor. So I'm on that G, right? Now I want to get that little, you know, vibrato-y kind of Stevie thing, wah. But it's tough to get, well, it's not tough, it takes time, I guess, but to get those little doo-ba-doo-doo in, you know, correct time, instead of just, that doesn't sound right, so you're just, and what I'm doing is I'm just bringing that finger up from the G as it's still holding on to the G. And I'm just kind of doing pull-offs really quick. And I'm not really even using my pick, honestly. The last time I picked is on that first one. And you can even just do 1, 2, 3. Or you can do 4. Or 5. And just adding little things like that. So that can be used, obviously right there, I can go right there, right? That's in our little, that little box there. You know, if I just want to. Tip 3 is probably going to be the hardest thing in this, you know, whole video if you haven't practiced it yet. So you'll see a million times John Mayer put his little pick, homeboy, right there in his hand. I can't do that because I'm a pussy and I can't handle it. So I'm going to set it over on a container of some sorts. You can set it on your table, your chair, it doesn't matter. Preferably a chair, you know. But anyway, John Mayer really uses chairs when he sets his big stuff. I'm getting off too far on a tangent. That's not even fun to do. Alright, so the one thing that I say would mostly get you that John Mayer kind of vibe when you're playing is no pick. What would you call that? Kind of the water hose hand, you know, shape. So he's using his thumb right there for mostly the bass strings and his fingers for the bottom part. So you'll see it a lot in things like botch that, but you get the idea. Kind of gets that, and he's slapping. Just treat this guitar, like this little section right here, as if it owes you money and it just hasn't answered your calls. So you really want to slap it. And even just practicing that, like kind of rhythmic, and then pulling it up with the fingers. So you hear it all over the place. Let's get that slap going. Obviously, the infamous. And it's not just slapping the damn thing. That's not the technique. I'd say that's the shape you want. When you're in that shape, you'll get more comfortable with that. You really can be very dynamically accurate with your hand as opposed to a pick. Because a pick you can have one speed. It's pick speed. It's go time. It's rock and roll coolness time. But with the fingers, I can go. Or I can go. Really be, you know, just tell it what I want it to say, and then the amp is like, alright, here's what he's got to say. As opposed to the pick just kind of being like, I'm talking, and I'm going to be very loud and one-dimensional sound-wise. So let's use Waiting on the World to Change as an example. I'm going to play the lick or whatever on the looper, and I'll play solo. I'm not going to play the same solo, you can get over it, but you'll hear the difference. I'll play a solo with pick, and then without. And you kind of get the idea of when is an appropriate time to use or not use the pick, I suppose. So let's rock and roll, go! So, you get the idea. With the hand, you kind of get more of that kind of plunky, if you want it, that. And without it, you know, with the pick, you get that really jumpy kind of bitey thing. So yeah. All right. So tip 4, I think, and they're not really. I guess they are tips. They're not like lessons on how to do something. It's more so just an idea for you to take and run with it. If you're kind of in that stage like I was, where you've got that, but you don't know what the fuck to do with it. You just know the scale and you know what it looks like. So there's a lot of things that people want to do. Like I said, like I joked about earlier, it's like, John Mayer doesn't play pentatonic scales, he's John Mayer. Of course he does. Everybody plays pentatonic scales. Like, a lot of people want to jump past that pentatonic, but that's not what you want to do. I'll tell you why. Because there's so much to offer just in that scale. I don't know what that was as an example, but there's so much to offer just even alone, instead of not all 5 pentatonic, just that one. That's not it. You got your. There's so much in that scale, is what I'm I'm trying to get at, that is just kind of hiding, and you got to figure it out, you got to find it. But it's very easy to learn that scale, get bored with it, play it over and over and over till you die, and just be like, alright, I'm ready for something else. So what is a Mixolydian scale? What's an Aeolian? That seems fun, but that's not what you want. Hang out in the pentatonic. I say, this is my thing, so don't crucify me. I would say at least 2 to 3 years on pentatonic. Some people are like,
what? 2 to 3 years? That's so not right. What are you doing?
2 to 3 years, specifically to get those weird little things you got in there that you'll never find without doing it, without just playing it. There's nobody that can tell you all these things, you know? Like, let's say I'm playing in D major. With just my pentatonic scale, I can... But you get the idea. And what I mean in staying that long in pentatonic, I don't mean only, I mean all 5 positions of the pentatonic. That's the, you know, and you'll find your own little cozy spot. Mine, obviously, like 90% of people that play guitars, that. But you know, obviously go through all your positions, your 5 positions of that pentatonic. Once you're in those 5 positions, stay there for a long time till you just milk it of everything it could possibly have to offer. Tip 5, I guess, if I can remember all my previous tips, tip 5 would be to cram them all together and try your best to do that. So let's say you're playing a solo, you're just jamming, you're hanging out with your homeboy, you're jamming, you're playing at a show, a gig, an open mic, you name it, you're playing. Just combine every single thing that I've talked about, playing with the hands, doing the little technique, you know, using your fingers, staying in that pentatonic, you know, 5 pentatonic shapes till you really just know every single corner of them. Yeah, and just really trying to be as outside of the box as you can. And there's a great speech that John does at Berkeley where he's talking about, I believe it's Berkeley, I don't fucking know. It's at Berkeley, I guess it's at Berkeley, where he's talking about how to not show your dynamic ceiling right away. Like if you're starting a solo, don't go. Just slowly build your way up. Start with it. And then slowly work your way up at the end to where when you're at the end of the solo, you're getting that. That's where you're soloed, and the whole way people are like, wow, he's going up and up and up and up, and it's getting better every freaking bar, my man. So don't rage out of the gate with that. That's cool, but like John says, after you do that, people are like, alright, what else? What else you got, guy? Roll me farther, and you can't, because you gave me your bread and butter. So hold on to that bread and butter, and make it last like you're stranded on an island with a volleyball with a face painted on it. But, so just combine all those things. I know I'm all over the place. I'm just a guy. I'm not some YouTube fucking guy. And if you are watching this, and I hope this helps you, just kind of playing around, combining them. Adding those little ba-da-doo. Dynamic with the fingers. Using all 5 pentatonic shapes. It's hard for me not to jam with just guitar. But combine all those things, hopefully that helps you, get you in the right direction of kind of getting more of that John kind of feel and vibe. And yeah, so I hope that helps you. And if it doesn't, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Just joking. I don't care that much. But you know, if you liked it, leave me a like, man. I'm trying to do the YouTube thing. It's cool. I got a little light, little halo light. I feel a badass. I got my little holder and a little condenser mic for my phone. You know, it's good. It's a good time. So I hope that helps you, young aspiring mayorsers. That's a new thing. I don't know if I want to try that. But yeah. So God bless. Enjoy it. Use it wisely.